Silent E syllables. A silent E syllable is a syllable that has an E at the end, which is preceded by a consonant, which is preceded by a vowel. Or to make it simpler, a silent E syllable is one vowel followed by one consonant followed by one E. The first vowel in this syllable is pronounced as a long vowel. Here are some examples. This first word, the first E is pronounced, so it's pronounced here because it's a long E. And in this case, the letter A is pronounced long, date. And here, the letter O is pronounced long, zone. So the final E, the silent E, is not pronounced. What it does is actually lengthen the first vowel. It makes the first vowel long. So let's practice. First thing we do is identify the vowels. So we have an O and an E. And between the O and the E is a consonant. So this follows the pattern of one vowel followed by a consonant followed by an E. And here as well, we identify the vowels. So we have an A and an E. And what comes in the middle is a consonant. So one vowel followed by one consonant followed by an E. Let's try this one. We look first for the vowels, O, then E, and between the O and the E is a consonant, so this is a silent E syllable. What do we do first? We look for the vowels, so we have a U, and at the very end an E. And between them is a consonant, so it's one vowel followed by one consonant followed by an E, following the pattern. And this one as well. We have one vowel O, and at the very end is an E, and in between them is a consonant, so we have the pattern. One vowel followed by a consonant followed by an E. These are silent E syllables. That's a pattern. So how do we pronounce these? Well, the first vowel in a silent E syllable, so not the E, the other vowel, the first one that comes before the consonant, that one is always pronounced with a long vowel sound. So A as in place, E as in she, I as in ice, O as in hope, U as in music or truth, and Y as in by. So let's pronounce this one. It would be moan, pain, boat, root, door. So how do we figure out silent E syllables in words with more than one syllable? Well, first we look for the vowels. If we have an E at the end, we have to move one back. And if it's a consonant, which it is, we move one back, and we have another vowel. So what we have at the end here is a vowel followed by a consonant followed by an E, the silent E pattern. So we know that's going to stick together. Now we look back at the first two vowels, the O and the A. Between them we have an even number of consonants. And since they're not a blend or a digraph, we split right down the middle. This helps us notice that the first syllable has a consonant following the vowel. So it's closed, bon. And the second one, since it's silent E, the A is going to be pronounced long, so dane, bondane. Again, we look for the vowels. We have three. We have an E at the end, so we move one back. Is it a consonant? Yes. We move one back, vowel. We have the pattern there for silent E. So we look back at the first two vowels, I and the A, and between them is an even number of consonants. So we split right down the middle. And we notice then that the first syllable is a closed syllable, meaning it'll be pronounced short, so dit, and the second one long because it's silent E, fame, dit fame. Again, we look for the vowels. We have an E at the end, so we move back. We have a consonant. We have a vowel in front of that. We know that's a silent E. Now notice, between the first two vowels, the I and the I, we have three consonants. And since the N and the G go together, we often see those as a blend. We're going to keep those together and split between the G and the W. Now we notice that the first syllable has two consonants following the vowel, meaning it's closed. So we pronounce it ing, and the last one, white, ing white. What do we look for first? That's right, we look for the vowels. We have an E at the end, we go back, we have a consonant. Before that consonant, we have a vowel. We know that's a silent E pattern. Now, between the E and the U, we have two consonants, and they're not a blend, so we can split right down the middle. So we notice then that the first syllable is closed. So we're going to pronounce the first one short, tech. And the second one, since it's silent E, we're going to pronounce the U long, noob, tech noob. First, we look for the vowels. We found them. We have an E at the end. We go back. We have a consonant before that and a vowel. We know that's the pattern for silent E syllables. We have, notice here, one consonant between the E and the U. So what we can do, we can split it before the M, and what that leaves us with for the first syllable is an open syllable, meaning it will be pronounced long. So me. And the second one, since it's silent E, the U is going to be pronounced long, so mune, me-mune. But we could also split it another way. We could split it after the M. So that way it makes the first syllable closed, pronounced short, so we can pronounce it memune. Now let's try with some real words. Here are the vowels. Before the E there's an L, consonant. Before the L there's an A, vowel, so it's a silent E pattern. Between the first two vowels, the I and the A, there's an even number of consonants, so we're going to split right down the middle since they're not a blend or digraph. That leaves us with a closed syllable for the first syllable, silent E for the second, so inhale, inhale. We look for the vowels. There's a consonant before the E and a vowel preceding that consonant, so that's a silent E pattern. Between the first two vowels, the A and the A, there are two consonants. They're not a blend or digraph, so we split right down the middle. That leaves us with a closed syllable for the first one, so we have pancake, pancake. We look for the vowels. There's a consonant before the E at the end. There's a vowel before that, meaning silent E pattern. There are three consonants between the first two vowels. Since we often see the N and the S together, we're going to split between the S and the L. So now we are left with a closed syllable for the first syllable and a silent E for the second, so we're going to pronounce this translate, translate. We look for the vowels. We notice there's a consonant for the E. There's a vowel before that consonant. And we look back at the first two vowels, the O and the A. There are two consonants between them. They are not a blend or digraph, so we can split right down the middle. That leaves us with a closed syllable for the first one, so we're going to pronounce this compare, compare. We look for the vowels. There's a consonant before the E. We go back to the first two vowels, the I and the I. Between them are two consonants. They're not a blend or digraph, so we'll split right down the middle. That leaves us with a closed syllable for the first one, silent E for the second, so invite, invite. Click here to go to the next video.